Hello. Welcome to Okay, Karen.
Okay, Karen.
It is the bonus edition recap of The Circle, episode 5 and 6.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched 5 and 6, watch them first so we don't ruin anything for you.
We're going to have some spoilers in if you haven't seen them. If you've never even seen the show and just following along because you think we're awesome, thank you.
Also, I don't know how you're keeping up because this show moves really fast.
So fast.
You probably can't keep up with all the names of characters and everything. So,
right.
The players in the Circle.
So, I just want to start off with the first quote because 4 ended with Adam joining.
Yes.
And the first quote, the narrator, who I think is so funny.
Yes.
And just watch it for the narrator because her comments are just great. She says, there is more drama than a housewives reunion. Which I love the housewives. So for me, I just love her. She's awesome.
She has some very witty comments, and she continues that throughout. So we get to hear her. She keeps it rolling with that stuff. So Alex/Adam, and I don't know why he didn't use his real name.
Right. But
anyway,
they're not going to figure that out.
No. So Alex is he's trying to be like this sexy guy and trying to play as Adam instead of just playing as himself, which is smart because he's really weird. But at the same time, like, he overdoes it. And so we see him starting out, he gets to talk to 3 of the girls.
Well, he sets up his profile,
Yeah, sets up his profile.
Can I tell you this real quick? Mm-hmm. I feel bad for the real guy that he chooses that profile. Because the picture is like, I'm like, whew, this guy's good looking. Yeah. And then Alex talks as him. And I'm thinking, now he seems like an absolute
douche,
maniac, and aggressor, and just over the top. Stay away from me. I'll get a restraint order.
I think so too. And so he has the 3 girls. The one he doesn't choose is Miranda. He just kind of chooses 3. But he starts off like, okay, I'm going to ask you questions. And, you guys saw it. I'm going to ask you questions, and whoever arouses me, whichever answers arouse me the most, from that time on, I'm like,
bleh. And all the girls' reactions were, all of them were like, arouse.
Why did you say that?
Yeah. It's an instant
turn off.
Like, turn off. Done. Yeah. I don't ever want to talk to you again.
And he's trying to be sexy, but he really doesn't know how. And
misses the mark huge.
You know what, Alex? I'm not going to call you out on that because I'm not that great at being sexy either, but I'm also not trying to do that. You can't take your own personality and try and flip the switch and make something you're not, or it turns out really creepy, which is what we have with Adam. So he says that first, and everyone's like, ugh. And then later he says something about your romp, like your craziest romp or something. Oh, yeah. And they don't know what that
word even talks means. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very old way of saying stuff anyway. And so they all kind of are like, romp? Like, right. What? And this should have tipped them off, I feel like, that he's a catfish. Because I'd be like,
and I think
Adam talking like that, aroused. Romp.
I think Sammy and Mercedes are just done. I don't care if I know you. I mean, they're not, let me form an alliance with him. I think they're just done with him.
And one thing I do like about Sammy, is she doesn't seem like she's going to worry about working the system and playing the game.
Right.
Like, she's kind of like, I just don't like you. Whereas Mercedes, she plays the game and she knows what she's doing. So she'll, like with Antonio, she's like, I'll let you talk to me and think that you're getting somewhere. But she's, but with Adam, I don't even know if she would go that far because she's like,
she was just, ugh.
So then we have the date, which was so awkward.
Out of the 3, he chooses one to go on a date with, and he chooses Seaborn/Rebecca.
Yeah.
And delivers this huge, overstuffed, way overstuffed bear to her door. And he is with that bear almost the rest of the season. And he's a guy again. But he's when you see him, he's like leaning into the bear. He's like holding the bear. I mean, you're a guy.
Seaborn's kind of an interesting guy anyway. Like he's always wearing glasses. Like he's very silly about stuff, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, they go on the date and we have
Yes.
Seaborn as Rebecca and we have Alex as Adam, and it's just really awkward. And I feel like they're both like, I mean, the way they talk is like over the top. It's so sweet. It's over the top. I just had the time of my life. You're the first guy who's ever chosen me and given me attention, you know, over other girls. And even Alex in that one was like, really? Nobody's ever paid you any attention before? I find that
right.
And then Rebecca's like, this was breathtaking. I'm like, okay, how is this?
What I found funny about the date is it's two catfishings.
Yeah.
Catfishers that are sitting there. So it's so weird because they're both trying to play the game as different people.
Yeah.
But it is really, I didn't enjoy the date. I thought it was awkward.
Yeah. Well, and I just feel, I'm surprised that nobody at this point in the game, nobody has called Rebecca out yet and been like, I mean, one person did say, is this shy thing just like trying to get.
Right. Chris asked her that. And then, but people jumped on her, like defended her. Oh, I think she really is shy. Oh, I don't.
She doesn't share anything.
You don't know this. You don't know this girl.
All she does is like super sweet stuff. You're the best. And oh my gosh, this was amazing. And this is breathtaking.
The only thing she has shared with us is she's a twin.
Yeah,
which really isn't that deep of anything.
No. So
that would be like saying I am not a twin. Yeah. You're so deep, Angela. No,
I mean, she doesn't give opinions, you know.
Right.
Anyway,
she's not gonna rock any boat.
No, she's just super, super sweet.
So
okay.
Then there's just a ton of chatting. Like people go into group chats.
Yes.
It's this group and then this group and this person from this group talks to this person. It's a lot.
At one point, they're all kind of flirting with Adam. Like there's this new dynamic and everyone's kind of like saying flirty things. And Shubham is silent the whole time. Like he's so out of it. He's like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
right.
He's just like, how do you even talk like this? This is so
You weird. Have to love him, you know?
He's just kind of like, I can't even talk right now. Like,
I know.
Then they do the hashtag game.
No, then they rank. They do the rank.
They rank, yeah. But we don't see
and then no, we don't see that. They just put them up. And of course, Adam/Alex is not able to rank because he's new. And then they play the hashtag game. Which did you like the hashtag game?
I did, because when it's anonymous, people can like really cut through it.
Right.
And so you get people talking more. It's kind of like you got to stir the pot at some point or we're never going to get anywhere, you know?
Yeah, and I guess that way, but this was my probably least favorite game that they played. Just because I don't know why it does get people thinking and stirring and kind of a lot of emotions because it does stir up a lot of stuff. But I guess the game with the cake was so funny to me.
But you didn't get to know anything about
it. No,
like,
right.
So it didn't really have information.
It was just entertainment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, so the pictures they chose, I think, say a lot. So Shubi puts this picture up of him from graduation from UCLA.
With UCLA. With the bear and him.
And everyone's responding about like smart and brains and things. And he's like,
yes.
Wow, I didn't know I gave off like a nerd vibe. Really? How did he not know that from the beginning? That people thought he would be a nerd. Like,
yes.
Like,
from day one, Shubi, you're a nerd.
Also, he brought his graduation stole or sash thing. It's hanging in his bedroom in the apartment. Did you see that?
Oh, no, I don't think I saw that.
When he's in his room next time, look, he's in the bedroom and there's like some kind of leaf decoration thing on the wall and he has it hanging on there. So he brought that with him to the apartment. That was essential, apparently.
It is UCLA, so
I know, but I'm like
very proud of that.
You don't think you give up a nerd vibe? You brought your graduation stole with you to this game. Oh boy, Shubi.
But my favorite picture of those is Joey. He put a picture. He's in the middle. Lady Gaga's on one side, and Adele is on the other. Now Adele is kind of a little bit more than half. I mean, you see a little, you don't see her whole face. Yeah. But it is so funny that people are like looking, they're like, oh, I think Mercedes said, oh, that must be cousins or aunts.
Yeah. I was surprised that Mercedes didn't know. I mean, Chris, right? Joey, I think, knew. Well, it was Joey's picture.
It was Joey's picture.
Rebecca says, like, and who's that one on the left?
Yeah, Rebecca doesn't know who they are, Seaborn. I think Sammy knew one of them, and I think Shuby knew Lady Gaga, but he was like,
I'm a big fan. Okay, well, I like a couple of her songs I know. And I'm like, everybody knows a couple Lady Gaga songs.
Right.
I'm a huge, no, never mind.
But I want to ask Joey, where were you to get Lady Gaga and Adele?
That's what I want to know.
That's huge.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we don't hear anything about it. He just throws it out there, which that was a good picture to throw out there because that's pretty fun.
Oh, it is nice.
Yeah, there was pretty good. I can say I was shocked when Mercedes chose a picture, which she's just posing. There wasn't anything to caption off of it. That's the thing. Those were good because Joey and Shubham both put something where you can do something kind of funny or something with a hashtag. If it's just you smiling in the picture, what are you going to hashtag, you know?
Oh, Miranda's was funny. Another bikini one. But her arms are kind of here, and she was like,
dinosaur.
Something with the dinosaur. Yeah, and that I thought that was kind of funny because she's also making a jab at herself.
Yeah, but they were like,
still another bikini one. Yes.
And they noted that. And they said some funny ones for that. Chris has really good hashtags.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other ones were okay, but Mercedes was she's just wearing black and she's just posing. And man, they ate her up with everything catfish. I was like,
yes.
I know there was a catfish filter.
Yes. This is at the end, and it was just one after another with catfish. And then then it ends.
Well, before it ends, she says, since everybody's willing to talk, is anyone willing to claim what they said?
Right.
And Joey's the only one. And I was kind of like, I'm liking Joey more. Like he said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joey for sure is coming up in my rankings.
Nobody else admitted what they said. Because they didn't want to, you don't want to lose the game.
It ends there 5. We don't find out until 6 what Joey actually says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because 5 again, she does make the comment, okay, if y'all are all saying this, do y'all want to not be anonymous and tell me who's saying this? And then it ends because Mercedes was getting mad. And then 6 starts.
And here's the thing about that. I didn't realize they were all feeling that way. Like I hadn't heard a lot about everybody thinks she was a catfish. I hadn't seen it in the group chats or even private chats, anything. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I knew Shuby didn't like Mercedes because he wanted to get rid of her before, but Chris was the other influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris was like, Mercedes is my girl.
Yes, Chris likes Mercedes.
And so Shuby was like, yes. But I was like, whoa, everybody thinks this way?
Yes, I know. I was kind of shocked too.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. So episode 6 starts with Joey. Go ahead.
Yes. So Mercedes is still hot. Okay, who wants to say who wrote all this anonymous stuff? And Joey's the one that says, all right, I will tell you, this is what I said. And I think Joey's the only one that said it because then they end the game.
And I think if anybody else admitted it, they would have said it. They would have shown us that information.
Yes.
If anybody else admitted it, just Joey.
This was funny because at this point, Adam is not participating. Alex, he's just laying on the couch in this terrible tie-dyed outfit. And he says, hashtag exhausted watching this game. And the narrator says, hashtag Soda's looking at your outfits.
Yes. Yes.
It is he kills me with his outfit, with his clothes.
Okay, so I want to make a side note here that I've noticed because I've been trying to pay attention to some little details, all right? Like Sammy has a Selena shirt on. Have you seen that? She has like a yellow shirt that has Selena really big on it. And then Chris has a magazine that has Selena on the top on it as well. I just thought it was interesting, like what they're into.
Selena the singer?
Yeah. I mean,
wow. I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah. So just some things that I noticed, I'm like, oh, this is like kind of what they're into and, things like that. It's we can see more. People in the circle can't see more about the personality.
Right.
Shuby and Joey have this little thing going on in their house. Like they have this magnetic board with magnet letters, you know, and they're always putting up things. So Joey's is like, I love Shuby or Shuby forever. And then Shubham's says, Broy Joey love. It just cracks me up because they're like, are they private messaging people? And we probably don't see all of their private messages, right? And so I wonder if they're like chatting about things, the two of them all the time, and the show only shows us the more important conversations.
Right. Yes.
So, but anyway,
because they are so tight, Shuby and
tight.
Joey.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So then Adam flirts with Sammy again. Ugh. More awkwardness.
And Sammy is like,
absolutely. Which go back to the first time when he said that first question about arouses.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
So I was just gonna say in that conversation, I started to like Sammy more. Adam, Alex, I'm not a fan of and haven't been.
No.
I would probably prefer to meet Alex in real life and would like him way better than who he's trying to portray as Adam. Like, sure, he's weird, but like at least he's not creepy. Like,
I don't think I'd want to meet him in real life.
So Sammy says, because Adam is like hitting on her and trying to whatever and being like, well, I chose the wrong girl. She says, you know, I don't know if I like this because if Rebecca finds out, like she could be hurt. And I was like,
right.
Sammy,
that's really,
like, I just thought Sammy was like, because she's not super close with Rebecca that we can tell, but she was already like, I don't really like this.
And it really shows her character.
It does. You know, character. So I was like, okay, Sammy, okay.
Because she's in a game. She could totally be like, oh yeah, let's talk. That's another alliance for me. But yes,
one of them, but like against Rebecca and be like, you know.
So good for you, Sammy.
We like you, Sammy. Good
yes,
job.
we do.
Okay, the ratings.
Then the ratings come out, and who's at the bottom? Mercedes is number 7, which is huge.
Before
and Mercedes,
all the catfish stuff was said.
Yes. That's true.
It was done before they all outed her with catfish stuff. So
right.
Nobody's been liking her, except Chris.
So Mercedes, Miranda, number 6. Number 4 was a tie between Chris and Joey.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have 3. Number 3 was Rebecca Seaborn. And then number 1 was a tie between Sammy and Shuby. So they are influencers. And Shuby, y'all, he's like, yes. He is so funny with this.
One thing I want to say about first of all, he's like, I did it. And
I know.
Rebecca Seaburn is really upset that he's not an influencer. I'm
yes.
surprised that he's even 3. I guess I'm the only one that's like not really interested in Rebecca because she's just, her sweetness seems over the top and seems fake.
Yeah, but remember, everyone was defending her. They really all like Rebecca.
They all are fine with it. And I'm like, really?
Yes. And look who Rebecca, like Shuby is tight with Rebecca.
Yes.
I think Sammy has Rebecca's back. Mm-hmm. Mercedes likes Rebecca. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So yeah, so then we have Miranda as 6th. And I just want to say, like, it would be really hard coming into this game, like Miranda.
Oh, for sure.
A week or two, or not a week or two, a day or two late, because we're only on like day 4, y'all. It's crazy.
Yes.
But it would be super hard because you're starting late trying to win the affections of people that they already know each other, you know, a little bit more.
Yeah, right.
So
they do have more of a connection.
That would be a hard, because if you want to defend people, it's probably going to be people you know a little better already.
Mm-hmm,
but no chance I mean, you've known Miranda 24 hours, which Miranda talked to everybody. She did a good job of like reaching out.
Oh, she got around.
So Shuby and Sammy
go up to, now they don't have sushi this time. They have a nice cheese platter, and they have to decide who they're sending home. And it goes back and forth, and Shuby automatically is like, Joey, no way, you know, and
Rebecca really too. No.
Right. And do you want to tell them who they sent home?
Well, I want to say one thing first that I realized is they know who they sent home because they've already seen it. But what I thought was interesting to note was that they had a really interesting discussion, and Sammy was like, whoa, Shuby's actually like using strategy in this game. I don't think Sammy even realized that there's different ways to play this game.
Oh,
Shuby's like, you know what? I want to get rid of Mercedes, but she's number 7 and everyone thinks she's a catfish. So she's not really a threat. If we leave her for the next one, she'll probably get voted off next time. Like, we could leave her and she's not going to hurt us any, if that makes sense. And Sammy's like, whoa, that's a really good point. Like, and Sammy hadn't even thought of these things yet. And Seaburn's
while they're talking,
yeah.
And the other side, Mercedes / Karen is just, I know they're going to get rid of me. I know I'm gone. She thinks Sammy is the one that's going to push to get rid of her, because she's like, Sammy doesn't like me. I don't know why she doesn't like me. She's never liked me. Sammy will get rid of me. Well, that's all you hear.
It's really been Shuby from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. So who did they block?
So they, of course, get rid of Mercedes.
Even though they were talking strategy, it would be smarter to keep her.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to get rid of anybody else. That might have been why. Because it was like, well, we don't want to eliminate anybody else we like.
Right. So who does, so Mercedes knew it. And I kind of felt bad for Mercedes. And she goes and sees Chris, which is also not a big surprise because her and Chris hit it off. They good energy toward each other. Yes, and I really liked their talk. It was so
good.
Yes. It really was.
Very genuine with each other.
I think outside of the circle, they will be friends.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think, so she says this, she's like, because Chris was like, even if you put your real pictures up there, you still would have been my number one girl. And I kind of believe Chris. Like, yeah, Chris seems like he would have loved her comments. Like, that's why he got to love her, was because of the comments, And I also think, because, she's going to leave a video, whatever. We'll talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But I think there was maybe 2 other characters that would have also given her a chance with her real pictures. Not everybody, but I feel like probably Shuby, and who else was I thinking? I don't remember. But Alex. And Alex even says, I would have still talked to her, but Alex is whatever. But I do think Shuby would have been like, okay, sure, Karen.
Right.
It wouldn't phased him in the least, but not everybody. Most people wouldn't give him the time of day, which is really sad.
It is. And that don't judge a book by its cover comes back around again. Yeah. So I guess not everyone learns that, because obviously Antonio didn't. And
was teaching everybody.
Maybe we should start that. I
just feel like when Antonio
set a common core,
I'm like, whatever, Antonio.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for him. But when Karen Mercedes says it, I'm like, yeah, people, and it makes sense,
right.
But Antonio was like, did you really learn anything, Antonio? I don't know. Who knows?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So the next morning, it is Mercedes, her video comes out and everyone's doing stuff. And when they see the real Mercedes Karen, their mouths drop. Everyone. I mean, the reactions are priceless, except for Chris, because Chris is, he knew about it.
He's like, yeah, girl.
Yes. The reactions are, they're the best reactions.
I love it. They're like shocked, but they're also kind of like Sammy was feeling really bad,
Yes.
She's gonna be so pissed. She's gonna hate me. And then
she knew, like, she knew that Mercedes would blame her. Yeah.
And she was like, I mean, I feel bad, but at the same time, we found a catfish, so I'm glad.
Right. Yes. And Shuby, though, he was so excited. Shuby was like, I knew it. And he had not 1 ounce of guilt for sending her home, because he felt she was a real catfish, and they sent her home. So he was okay with that.
But he has no idea that Rebecca, his sister, she's like a sister to me. No clue that she could be a catfish.
None. Zero. Right.
Okay. Then they just.
So then there's a lot of chats.
They do a push-up contest, first one to 50, and Shuby is the only one doing the push-up.
The guys do it. Just the guys. Alex / Adam is actually in his bathtub with a big cat mug sipping, and he's like, oh, I only did 45.
But it just cracks me up, because even Joey, who probably really does push-ups,
right.
No. And Chris was like eating stuff, like, we're not doing this.
I love Chris.
And Joey's like, come on.
And he gets up, he's like, 50, yes. There's no one around. You, just like the other guys, you could have said, I did 50. No one knows.
I wonder.
But Shuby.
Yeah, I wonder when Shuby watches this stuff, like when it's over, it's first on Netflix, and he's like, "Come on!"
Right. So Miranda and Joey talk, and remember from last episode, Miranda and Sammy had the bet who could get something.
A naughty emoji.
A naughty emoji from Joey. Miranda gets the naughty. She gets some eggplants.
But Joey doesn't know what an eggplant is. She has to like put it. She's put like pepper. Do you mean eggplant? And he's like, yeah, that purple thing.
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't.
It's surprising for Joey.
And I don't know why Miranda's like, oh, he got. That doesn't mean anything in the game. Just y'all's own little side bet. It doesn't mean anything.
No, I think they would just need to entertain themselves because it seems like they are pretty bored. Like Joey said that whenever Mercedes got voted off that night when
before,
they were like, whoever it is, can you please come see me? I need to see a person. Like I need to see somebody.
Yes.
So I could see that being like, we got to do something with our time.
Yes. And I could see that because
sorry, go ahead.
They are, even though we said this moves fast, you're talking about 3 or 4 days without any other human connection.
And no phone, no internet.
Yes, they're only talking to the game. That's it. So maybe that's another reason why they move it so fast, because you can't do this for 3 or 4 months.
No, people go stir crazy, even through like
hello, Corona, we're doing it, done it.
Well, that's why we started a podcast. You could have called it the quarantine podcast. Okay.
So, and then we just see 2 new players come.
Drama.
And that's it. Ends. Done.
Now, we're used to seeing one person gets blocked and then they bring in a new one. So can't wait to see in episode 7 when they find out there are 2 players this week, or this day coming on. A guy and a girl. That's all we know. We see him walking
That's all we know. I mean, we think it's a guy and a girl because we see a skirt and then we see a guy. Yeah. I don't think we see the girl's face.
I don't think either, but I'm excited for episode 7.
And yes, so next recap, episode 7 and 8.
Yeah, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.